Hello everybody. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to instantly level up your legendary items. This is a new player video. A lot of people know this, but if you're new to the game, this can be a mystery. And it was a mystery for me for a while in the beginning. But here we go. Let's go first. First, let me show you what a legendary item is. Legendary item is an item like this. It has the full stats. And how do you get that? You put it in the power source slot and get experience. And that's a traditional way to do it. But I'm here to tell you there's a way easier way to do it, whether you're playing solo self-found mode or if you're playing Twinkie mode, the regular way to play this game. So there's two ways to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with it. First things first, I'm going to open up my inventory. Hold Shift and B, letter B together, and it'll open up all the bags. Now you'll notice here, I have some items already here. Like you saw that necklace of superiority, and I have one cooking. I like to call it cooking in the oven there. So what you have to know is that at each level, when you add another item in via the consume button, and this is what we're going to talk about today, it only adds a certain percentage. Okay, this button consume item right here. So you're going to need to get your alternate advancement tab up, and you're going to need to hit that by hitting V, the letter V key. V is in Valentine's Day. That will open this up. Okay, this is for the hero's journey, so this will not work on the live servers. You know, over there you have to spend half of your life grinding away to get one evolving item. So the thing you need here is consume item right here. And you want to put a hotkey down here. Click hotkey, it'll do this, and then you can place it there. If you don't want to place it there, just click off there. So you need this here, and you need your item, and you need the power source. Let's start with the necklace of superiority. You're going to get a message down here when you do it. And then I'm going to show you the difference in basic items and then enchanted and legendary, and I'm going to show you how to combine it and how many items it takes to get to legendary. It's not as bad as you think. Okay, so legendary, we need to get this all the way up there. I don't think I'm that far into this on it, so let's pick up this, left click this. That's another duplicate necklace of superiority. It is a lower level version than enchanted right here, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to left click on consume item, and there it goes. It's up to 29%. I can tell you from experience it gives about 9-10% when you're using a basic item to go to enchanted. Okay, let's take this out again. Let's try something else here. Let's go ahead and put this in. This is also enchanted. I've been leveling this up, so I don't know how much further it has to go. Let's use the same item right here and consume item. It is now at 81% right there. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this item here. Let's make a legendary. So now here we go. I've made a legendary item, and this is a nice legendary boots here. Is it better than what I had before? Well, it's hard to say. Slightly in some ways has better heal amount and some dexterity with it. It's about the same really, but I miss out on the 2 strength, so it's debatable. But anyway, it's good. I got extra ones of these. Instead of selling to vendors, do this. Okay, now let's get to the big one here. We've got an enchanted right there. We've got a legendary right there. We've got another enchanted there. Basic, basic, and basic. Okay, so let's put all the basic ones down here. And then the legendary one will be right here. Okay, let's start leveling these up. Now we won't need to level this thing up anymore because it's at legendary. Let's go ahead and start with these. Now I think we're going to make it here. So let's start with an enchanted one. Put an enchanted in. And right now it should be at 0% enchanted. I haven't done anything to it. And the way you can tell it is that way is hold down the right mouse button. You will see that it doesn't say no trade. If something has already been processed, you'll see it saying no trade right here. This is important because, for example, if I have a processed item and pretend it was the same thing as this, I cannot consume the processed item, the no drop item. So basically, you cannot consume a no drop item. It has to be undropped like this. Okay, so let's start with this. Let's grab a enchanted one. Okay, now it's at 33.5%. So how much does a basic one give? Let's go like this. 40%. So it gives about 6.7%. So not a whole lot. Let's do another one. Yeah, 6.7% pretty much. And there, so it's at 50%. It's pretty close. And considering we have one that's already done, we're pretty good. We can just put it here. And that's what you can do to level up your items really fast. See, I have a dented cuirass and I have an enchanted one. And let's go ahead and put this in here and see what I get. You know, it's not even worth selling it at one plat. So you might as well try to um, do this. Okay, 6% on there. So if I get more of these, I can go ahead and boost this item all the way up. Is this item better than what I have? In some ways, maybe, but depends on the stats you want. It has heal amount and all that. It has more AC, more hit points and all that. And it will be pretty good. So let me show you something else that you need to know when you calculate these kind of things. Okay, so open up the legendary, and this is enchanted version right here. If I would have had a basic version, I could show you the difference. So the way to tell how good the item is going to be initially is just to look at the item right like this and look at it from the enchanted or the basic version, but it's easier from enchanted. When the item is enchanted, the next step up, what it's going to do is it's going to keep, most of the time it's going to keep the stats kind of similar. See, like these strength, intelligence, wisdom. But what it will do is other stats like hit points and mana, it will double them. It will double attack, heal, and damage. See the ones underneath here? That will, it will change those, but these it will not change from enchanted. But if you go back to, let's take a basic item like Shield of the Slain Unicorn. This doesn't have any stats on it. Let me look for another one. Let's take this here, the Sarnak Earring of Station. Or actually, let me find something even better with a lot of stats on it. And then I will look that up. Okay, yeah, let's look this up. So we're going to look this up, and I'm going to show you the next big tip here on how to do this. Say you want to, you get this item and you think, well, is it worth upgrading? And you just don't know. Well, one thing you can do is you can go look it up on the internet and see from their database what it becomes at enchanted and what it becomes at legendary, because there's some items that they're not even worth going to legendary at all. Like the stats aren't what you want, and maybe you just want some of these stats here, like the heroics aren't going to do a big deal. Okay, so what you do is you come into the bazaar zone. We're in the bazaar, the very bizarre bazaar. And what we're going to do is type this /buy. Okay, it's going to bring up the buyer interface. This is the barter interface. And then you're going to put in the name here, type it in here. You can type it in partially if you want, and it'll pick it up. Now here you've got them all. So let's go like this, right click enchanted, and then you're going to right click legendary. Now I want you to focus on this. Notice early on the stats here 5588 from basic version to enchanted version, these stats double, right? It didn't have any heal amount or anything on that. That's something that's thrown in at the enchanted level. Sometimes you know you're going to get it, sometimes you don't. Look at the hit points, mana, and endurance. They have doubled right here. Okay, so the AC has doubled right there. But look at these amounts right here. The next step up, the heal amount and spell amount doubled. Now the strange thing is hit points and mana didn't double. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But just judging by this basic item, you can tell this is going to be a pretty good item because it has 50 hit points, and you know at some point along this progression, the 50 hit points is going to become 100 hit points, and that's going to be nice. What I do when I look at these is I look at some items and say how much strength. If this is a big number like 15 or something, then I know it's going to be 30 when it becomes an enchanted. And then after that, it's going to give me really big heroic strength. Let me give you an example. I have a very good example of a super easy item to get. And the item I'm talking about is this, the thick banded belt. Let me show you this item too. Let's go through and do this. And this way you can kind of know, like when you see an item, let's see here. When you just see it drop, you don't even need to know, you can kind of guess. Oh, I spelled it wrong. and you can see type a partial one. So thick banded belt is this legendary one. And this one, see, I have a og in here, so it shows something else. So this is the one right here. So let's go ahead and bring up thick banded belt, basic version, and enchanted version. So initially, when I saw this thing, it was first a basic version and it was 15 strength. I knew right away that that 15 strength is going to become 30 because it's going to double either on on this version of it or this version. So I knew I'm going to get 30 strength. And if I know I'm going to get 30 strength, I'm going to get at least a good amount of heroic strength, maybe half of that, maybe 15, maybe 10 or something. But it turns out to get 8, and 8 is just awesome at this level to get 8 heroic strength right here. Although it's probably capped how much damage you do, it's still quite good. And you can see there here the attack doubled and some interesting things happen. Look at this, like the mana quadrupled and the hit points tripled. So the formula is kind of weird. You know, you can't really tell, but you know that if you already have AC 8, you're going to get 16, maybe more. So it's a strange equation that they have going into this, but you can see how the items progress. So if you just saw this and you see that, you see strength 15, bam, this is definitely a good item. You know, the odds are going to be good. Get it, loot it, and then when you come back to the bazaar, bring up /buy and then see what the item yields. And then you know what you're going to get and if it's going to be worth it or not. There's other items that may be a surprise to you. Some will take longer to level up and all that. So the final piece of advice I can give you is, let's just say this item, I'm telling you, took a long, long time to level up. It's an okay item, but the weird thing is that I tried to level this up. It would have been easier to just farm the mob that drops it and just keep farming him and getting enchanted versions and combine. I could have done it so much faster, but instead I went somewhere else and just put him in here to cook, and it took a long time. So some items will level faster than others. What you want to do is when you're killing and you get a kill, you want to look down here and see how much percentage you're getting per kill. If you're not getting a good percentage, then just go back and farm it. You're probably going to get this item faster. So that's the final piece of advice. Good luck to all you guys out there and hope you enjoyed this.